So the High Priestess is the first card that came out. This is a reading on what is going to happen globally, but it can get into details of like any type of country or continent. And with the High Priestess, that represents secrets. So something that's kept as a secret, something that's been hidden away, something that's kept on the hush hush. The Queen of Wands is about, that can be a public figure, or it can be celebrities in general, people who use themselves as a brand. And then with the Page of Cups here, that can represent children. I don't know if globally children will start fighting for themselves, defending themselves. Or maybe it doesn't have to be children specifically, it can be adults as well who have had issues as a kid where they weren't properly taken care of or nourished in the way that they think that they should have been. And maybe this has something to do with public figures, celebrities, and it may have something to do with secrets as well. Like something that was kept secret. It could be with celebrities or public figures or people whose identity, whose presence is their whole stick. It could be what they have been doing to people since they were children, and they do it to children right now too. And there could be an uprising, there could be conflict regarding that, but also people just really choosing not to play small, really taking power back in their own hands. There could be things that were gatekept. There could be conversations around how following leaders or public figures for like quote unquote secret information, like people on YouTube who offer spiritual information, people could be realizing that they've been kept smaller from doing that. Like they haven't really been listening to themselves. So now they're trying to really set boundaries around that. There could definitely be immaturity that shows up. People who are immature and who just react emotionally to things, and they start crashing out when things just start to get too tough. But this is because they've been emotionally stunted. So there could be a lot of conversations around being emotionally stunted, not being able to truly follow the heart. and being taken out of their comfort zone. So that can be like trauma, where someone isn't really able to properly develop as a kid. So there could be conversations around stunted growth. But there could be a public figure, and this could be a woman, who is very secretive, and she may have a kid, and she creates very strong reactions. Now, I don't know whether that reaction would be good on her or bad, but she could either be an enemy or a voice for people. It could go either way. So, entrepreneurship, I do see that people are going to be going towards more entrepreneur. Like, they'll be using their resources, their skills, in order to escape the rat race that this world seems to place on people since birth. And that could be another revolution that's coming, is that people will stop playing the game the way that they felt they had to play for so long. And they'll start being more creative with how they go about things. They'll start using their ingenuity and their creativity in order to manifest. But this will be a way to defend themselves, but also defend other people who are considered more vulnerable. So I do see that in the energies. This could have a lot to do with parenthood. A lot to do with not just parenthood, but the materialistic world. People are learning how to adapt. People are learning how to create without so much chaos, without so much ups and downs. So that's probably something that's going to occur. And there could be like one major thing that happens which kind of like brings all of this together. So there could be this one event that kind of triggers it to happen. This could be, again, maybe relating to some people could have been focused on how they come across, being confident, being charming, being a leader, but they may have been neglecting their own softer, more receptive issues. So people who are seen may have been neglecting the parts of them that wants to experience, that wants to receive. And at times, they could be feel blocked from receiving things. So this could be through the internet, this could be through the any type of communication system that's able to reach a lot of people, where people are just realizing that, wait, I can do this to get further in life, right? And it was right here the entire time. So people are starting to see, are going to be starting to see where they can actually make influence that they couldn't before, that they felt blocked to. People are going to see that they had a lot more power than they thought they did before. So there's going to be a lot of changes. It could feel like magic. And it could feel kind of like chaotic as well. It could deal with exchanges too, or trades, or trading. It's going to be very creative and innovative, but it's going to result in a lot of self-sufficiency and independence. But there will be a lot of things that need to be released and let go. There could be a struggle with denial, or just trying to escape, or needing time to be able to make an important decision. I do think that we are at a time where people will be learning how to be more autonomous, where people will be learning more about their own free will. And people may have to make tougher decisions. And they need to think things through before making decisions. So maybe there's topics around like recklessness, impulsiveness, even people who are just mean-spirited, rude, and tactless. So just a lot of that is going to come to the public eye, and people will really have to reflect on that. This can even get into violent energies as well, or just, this is definitely energy that people know when to detach from. This could deal with a mental leader, someone who is very intelligent, who's very studied, could be a scientist, maybe not a scientist, just anyone who uses their mind, and who is able to influence others with their mind. There could be figures like that who are exposed to, but there could be a figure who kind of just gives people new ideas on how to make things work, on how to master their whatever they're into. So basically a lot of secrets will be revealed. People would be taught how to trust themselves globally. A lot of conversation around the work environment. A lot of conversations around the way that people oppress other people, especially those who are improving their lives or who are contributing to society. There is a people could be having realizations about how much they've internalized negative messages from their environment and how much they've soaked that up. There is a cycle, an ongoing cycle. There's a fear around the fate of the world. There's a fear around the way that things are going to be going. So there could be fear mongering, there could be anxiety, there could be a lot of people who do think that they are prophesizing about the future or about what's going to happen. It seems like there's a lot of anxiety here around just maybe about the past repeating itself or cycles reoccurring. The problem with the way that things could go is that people could become lonelier. People could be working on things, but it seems like there's a lot of like solo wounded warrior energy. Like there could be a lot of distrust among people, and this could be due to past betrayals that people are holding on to. It could also have something to do with like murderers, serial killers, or just definitely expecting the worst to happen, and this can make it seem like people have to carry it all alone. But there's also a truth that is going to be essential in the future, and it could have to do with, again, competition, rivalries among friendship, among groups of people, among just hierarchies in general. A lot of revelations among social groups, among just the way that socializing works in general. There could be a major, like, this could have happened before. Like, maybe this, there's a lot of competing truths. So some things that people thought were truths are actually lies. And there is a lot of like people who think that, oh no, this is the truth. No, this is the truth. So a lot of people could be trying to sell themselves as like their way is the way. And that can cause a lot of like misinformation, blurring of, it's like people are trying to get on top. Oh, there could be a lot of competition around fame or just fortune or just getting a lot of attention too. Not all that glitters is gold. What I'm getting is that there's like a empty, like, there's a lot of sadness here, but there's also a lot of evolution. There could be something significant which changes in the landscape of the globe, and it could cause a lot of people to panic and reflect on life. It's like people are taking life personally. People are like, people could even be more petty. People could be more people could be more vengeful as well, and it's there's a conversation around karma too, bad karma, good karma, and there's also like misinformation around that. Something that feels like overkill, or there could be things that feel like too much for one person to handle. So something could definitely cause a disruption. But it's like, maybe it has to do with secrets being revealed. The secrets that are being revealed, that will be revealed in the future. People who are opportunistic, overly ambitious, but don't care who they hurt. Very tactless. Very tactless people. There could be someone who is in power and who has a lot of mental influence, intellectual influence over other people, who is very malicious, or who has a malicious son or daughter. It can be anything. The celebrities can be men or women. The public figures can be men or women. There could definitely be obstacles around dating as well, and around new romance. Probably conversations around the new generation, and also how stressful the daily lives of people are. But people could be desiring for justice to proceed, but it may feel as though justice wasn't served. There is some sort of betrayal that's going to come to light. There's some sort of, like, betrayal of trust that's going to come to light. And it could be sabotage out of fear. Death has a big part to play in this as well. It's like there could be just death or just the attempt to kill, or just negligence. A lot of negligence. All of that. The sun will shine light on the bodies that are hidden in people's basements, and it may have been covered up by those around. And it could be a dog-eat-dog world. Now, I don't know how big this will be. I don't know if this is just in one specific country or continent or whatever. But globally, a lot of things that people wouldn't have expected to happen will happen. But there were some people who knew beforehand or who were even in on it in the first place. Now, those can be very separate types of people. Some malicious, some not.